Hi, and welcome to Jan's Views on Crime. Kendra, LICARI, Stalker. Now, this is a video or series that was on Netflix, and I wanted to talk about it because everybody else is, and it's just an horrendous story, basically, because it is about a mother who stalks her daughter. And as a mother myself, I just find it incredulous that a woman purporting to love her daughter would put the daughter through 15 months of hell by stalking not only her boyfriend, and also other members of their community. So, if you're interested in this story and would like to hear what Jan's views are about it, stay tuned.
Thought you loved me. People say love is blind. Life without you is so empty. I need the magic in your eyes every time. All the time you fed me stories, endless superficial charms. Even when I trusted loyalty, you were lying in her arms. Melancholy evenings, all alone and feeling blue. Optical illusion, why was your love untrue? Sorcerer's companion, that's all I was to you. Optical illusion, why was your love untrue?
So here we have Lauren in the middle here, and on the left hand side we have Lauren with her boyfriend called Owen. Now, I mean, they were both very young. Whether you feel that they should have had a boyfriend and they should have had that kind of relationship at that age is irrelevant. But we all have young love. We all had young love, okay? Now, on the right-hand side, you'll see the family, the LICARI family, which was, on the left-hand side, was Dad Sean, who worked in a manual job. I believe he was a car mechanic or something. And then we have the mother at the back there, whose name is Kendra LICARI, and in front is obviously the young girl. Now, the thing with Kendra is that she was very much involved in her daughter's life, very much so. She helped coach the school in 2 sports and was always around the school, always very, very involved in her daughter's life. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that. I've got 4 children and they're all grown up now. And when they were younger, I was very much involved in their life. The 2 girls were into dancing, the boys not so much. The boys like their instruments, and you know, it's very as a mother, or my type of mothering is to be involved with as much as you can with the children, whilst understanding that you have to give them freedom. You have to allow them to grow up and you know, to make their own mistakes as they go along. So They lived in this small village in Michigan called Beale, I think it was called, and they all went to, all the kids in the area went to this same school, and it was such a small area that apparently the junior school was actually in the same building as the high school. So that shows that it was a very small school, and there were, I think, 700 students in the school.
Tell a story,
Now,
There's 700 kids that go to Beale City. Really, at this point, this could be anybody. I went to some of my students who I knew would be the most truthful with me and asked them about the situation. We asked every question imaginable to these kids they knew little to nothing about.
I don't see why they just don't go to the phone company or the police. Don't they have that option? I mean, they're interviewing all the kids. Chances are the bully or the bullies are not going to tell you. So contact the authorities. There's ways of figuring this out.
children, they were children at the end of the day. They were children, and they're all grown up now and hopefully doing well for themselves. But what they went through must have scarred them for a lifetime, I would say. After 15 months of relentless bullying, hateful and disturbing texts, Owen broke off the relationship in the hope that the torment would end, and it didn't. It just carried on. I'm of the belief that he was, in fact, that the mother, Kendra, was infatuated with this young guy. That's what I think it was, because even after he broke up with Lauren, the mother, Kendra, was still following his tracks. Now, that is why. Why? Not only did she not care about harming her own daughter, she was so obsessed with this young boy that she was still in contact with him. She was still going to every single one of his matches. I mean, why?
To apprehend them. The harassing messages took a toll on the relationship between Lauren and Owen. Poisoned by the stalker's messages, they started to distrust each other. As they drifted apart, the disturbing messages continued. In September 2021, they received messages about the homecoming dance. One read, quote, "You're the definition of a perfect couple, and we'll be the forever couple that gets married. Some of us don't want to hear it anymore," unquote.
There's so many questions about this case that I don't know whether I'm going to have the answers to them. I don't know if any of us are going to have the answers to them, but I am going to be including footage from two in particular therapists, people that work in the mental health field, what they perceive to be is actually going on here. So as this picture shows you, the two lovers, if you like, what do they call it, star-crossed lovers, were anonymously cyberbullied for over a year. I think it was about 15 months or maybe a bit more. And yeah, everything else I've explained to you quite well already about what was going on there. So let's have a look. I think I like to, because I watch certain mental health channels, I think it's really good to see their perspective on something so troubling, really, and what the mental health issues may be at hand in these situations.
We gave further advice to change the students' numbers.
We did contemplate that for a while, but we knew that it was someone that we were close with. I mean, the information that they knew where they were at all the time. And we were afraid of never finding out and allowing this person into our home.
Between September 2021 and February 2022, Kendra sent 40 to 50 text messages a day to her daughter, many of which were threatening or sexually explicit. It's insane to me that a mother would do this to her daughter. Absolutely insane. And the language was so foul. And the girl, at the end of the day, she's just a teen. She's 13. And she's writing all... I'm not even going to read them. And that's what...
In early November 2021, Owen broke off the romance with Lauren. He hoped this would satisfy the stalker, but it didn't. A few days later, the stalker wrote, "He already chose us, not you. He won't be with you this weekend, so don't even ask." Another message read, "You don't get with him in bed. Don't sneak out with him. You will be blanking dress awful. Ain't no guy want that."
Now, in her confession, the mother, dearest Kendra, said that, oh, no, she didn't address the daughter's insecurities. Yeah, she did. Because what the mother would talk about and throw at the daughter was that she was anorexic, nobody finds you attractive, you're worthless. You know, why don't you just go and unalive yourself? And then, not only was she sending these things out, she purposely implicated one of Lauren's school friends in order to frame her as the stalker. So then she's, by doing that, she's bringing other people in who are going to be very negatively affected by her behaviour. And for a long time, maybe for life, who knows?
For me, I was thinking, I wonder if it is one of the parents, or I wonder if it is maybe even a police officer, someone that's close, that has the power to evade the authorities, that kind of thing. But they are interviewing the parents, Kendra in particular, and so I'm thinking, well, why would she agree to be in a documentary in which she was the perpetrator, right? Usually the perpetrator will be left out of the story until the reveal. So now I'm wondering if it's another red herring. You probably know, but let's watch.
And I'm like, no way.
I mean, I don't want this video to just be me going, oh my God, I can't believe it. But it is very, very hard to stay in a calm sort of frame of mind when you consider that this woman, I think she only had the one child. I do believe that Lauren was her only child, a beautiful daughter, and for her to have done such a bloody awful thing is beyond any of us. It's like I just can't fathom it.
The police wondered if Lauren's classmate, Chloe Wilson, could be responsible. The stalker had bragged about scoring 12 points during a basketball game, the same number that Chloe scored. Furthermore, the police had received anonymous tips suggesting that Chloe had engaged in unkind behavior. When the police examined the contents of Chloe's phone, they found nothing connecting her to the stalking.
The one good thing about the YouTube situation is that people are saying, well, what about the kids? Why did the documentary not bring up anything about the kids? Why were we not told how these children are now being offered therapy and anything else in order to help them have to deal with this situation, which is now very, very public? We're talking about the likes of the cousin, what was her name, Adriana. Also, we're talking about Owen. I mean, nobody said anything about how Owen is. How's Owen coped with it? And also, Chloe, that's the schoolgirl who was blamed by the whole school and accused by the whole school of being the stalker. She had nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. And then, of course, Lauren herself. And I think that's one failing of the documentary, is that they have not addressed that. They have not told us what's happened. It's almost like it was all about the mother. And no, it shouldn't be like that. It should be about the harm that this woman has caused, not only to her own family, because I understand now that Sean has divorced her. Thank God for that. Good for you, Sean. And also, she's not allowed to see her own child now, which is a good thing. Even though she's now been released from prison, she is not allowed to see her child now.
Kendra helped coach and was at the school involved. Even when Lauren was in elementary school, I can remember Kendra helping with the book fair and other events that we had at the school. I mean, she was a supportive, caring parent.
I mean, if it is Kendra, this is some psychopathic shit. Whoever is doing it appears to be trying to frame innocent people, to throw up people off the scent or to just expand the harm. So there's that. But if it's the mom, well, I kind of hope it's not, right?
So eventually, the FBI were informed and started their own investigation. And that was nearly 2 years after the harassment began. Why did it take them so long? 2 years in a young girl's life. It's insane to me. And I believe it was fairly soon afterwards that they were able to ascertain who the perpetrator was by using, an app that they use.
Here, one on you? Yeah. Here's the third corner. Do you have any other devices you use?
Okay, so this is the badge cam, which is interesting to include in the documentary, in which they have, with a search warrant, arrived at the home to confiscate her devices.
Went on for a while, right?
Yeah, and it didn't start that way.
I'm sure it didn't.
I don't even know.
That's okay. Just start from the beginning. So they were
Did she just confess? Let's rewind that.
every single message.
My number?
Yep. Does it have to do with Owen? Is there an infatuation there with Owen?
No, nothing like that.
So in December 2022, Kendra was arrested and charged with 2 counts of stalking a minor and 2 counts of communicating with another to commit a crime. I don't know what that bit means, that she was communicating with another to commit a crime. That sounds as if she was in cahoots with somebody, and I don't believe she was. I believe this was all her doing. She did all this herself.
I'm guessing that they're leaving out, or they don't know, is if she did do these things, it's not the only thing she's done. People don't just do something like this for 2 years by this point. I think it's been 22 months. People don't do this sort of thing without having, in all likelihood, a pattern of this sort of behavior, or lack of empathy, or bullying, or sadism, or something.
She was sentenced to 19 months to 5 years in prison after pleading guilty. Now, I've since learnt that she accepted a plea deal, and which means that she would have got less than the 5 years. Now, one of the concessions was that she wasn't allowed any contact with her daughter. And I think, thank the Lord for that. But I think what's actually quite worrying is how the daughter feels and how the daughter felt when she found out it was her mother. I mean, I felt that she didn't really show any emotion. Was that because she was so shocked by it? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Kendra implied that she started sending the messages in order to find out the identity of the stalker. I guess by impersonating a stalker, she could shake the tree and something would fall out. Kendra just couldn't stop sending messages and transformed into a stalker herself.
See, I think the things that have really sort of bothered me is that the daughter seems to lack emotion. Maybe that's just the way I look at things. I'm not saying if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I'm just giving my opinion. But I do feel that my concerns for Lauren are based on the things that she has written here or she has said. And one of them being without that relationship, I think, is really hurting me. And I think rebuilding our relationship will help both of us a lot. I love her more than anything. So that to me seems weird. Sorry, but it just seems weird. How can you love somebody that has said such awful, awful things to you? And it's the somebody that gave birth to you, the person that you trusted the most. Anyway, the other bit is like Lauren noted that they haven't been allowed to see each other following Kendra's release from prison. However, she said that she would like to see her mum when the time is right. When is the time going to be right? When is that time going to be right? I can't think of any time that I would accept my mother doing that to me. I just can't. And then she says, I hope me and my mum can rebuild our relationship because I feel like I'm definitely missing a part of me. See, this all seems cuckoo to me. It just does. Now that she's out of prison, I just want her to get the help that she needs. Okay, so she's recognising that her mother does need help. Okay. So then when we see each other, it doesn't go back to the old ways and how it was before. That to me is very concerning. How was it before? How was it before? Because if the relationship was a normal mother-daughter relationship before, why is Lauren saying that she doesn't want it to go back to that? Do you see what I'm saying? Just seems, I don't know, girl. I'll be honest with you, there's a part of me that thinks that the documentary should have been entitled Concerns for Lauren, because poor Lauren, she's obviously got a mother who is sadistic and also psychotic. That behaviour was very psychotic behaviour. And she can try and sort of smooth it over any way she can try. But the reality is that I believe that her mother has psychotic tendencies and also quite possibly is narcissistic and sadistic. So I think there should be concerns for Lauren. Because she's had to live with that and we don't know what life she had before the stalking started. And we have to remember, I mean, Lauren at that time was only 13. So what was her mum like, 2 years before then? It's a very sad story. It's a very concerning story. And I'd be interested in what you think. If you put it down in the comments below. It's just so awful. And I think also that, I haven't managed to cover everything because there's just so much in there. But I did want to talk about it, and I hope it makes you think a little bit and possibly write down what your thoughts are. So that's that. Sad, isn't it? What an awful world we live in, guys. Please, if you like the video, give me a like. I'm putting this up on my Jan's Views on Crime channel. So we'll probably get 5 views. But do you know what? I don't do this for views. I do this because I enjoy it. I enjoy talking on serious topics. It's a nice break for me from my creative world because I'm an artist. I'm also a songwriter. And it's just nice for me to do something different where I can use this novel. Not always very well. But anyway, you take care of yourselves out there because trust me, it's a rotten old world. So until the next one, bye-bye for now.
Thought you loved me. People say love is blind. Life without you is so empty. the magic in your eyes every time. All the time you fed me stories, endless superficial charms. Even when I trusted loyalty, you were lying in her arms. Melancholy evenings, all alone and feeling blue. Optical illusion, why was your love untrue? Sorcerer's companion, that's all I was to you. Optical illusion.